All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Thursday, the 27th of February, 2020. All right, we got the sun in Pisces at 8 degrees, creating a septile to Jupiter up there in Capricorn at 19 degrees. Okay, this is very exciting times. Jupiter is only in Capricorn once every 12 years. So, Jupiter is our planet of expansion, right? More. Having faith, being able to expand our abilities, expanding what? Capricorn, 10th house. We're talking about our own discipline, our own way that we create order to our own lives. Okay, very exciting energy. And the sun, our shining ego self, our presence, who we are, showing up. We're showing up today. And this can be like, like this like excited race-like energy. Okay, race like meaning moving forward. Okay, so we're moving forward. There's not a lot that's like, it's like, okay, if we see our an object or a goal that we want to obtain, this is a day where it says take action. Okay, take action. Stalling is going to create friction, so it's using this energy. And then likewise, over on the other side, we've got Mars, not, rewind. We have the moon meeting up with Venus in Aries. Okay, so this is also a take action kind of energy. Okay, there's an emotional want, there's an emotional need that's in the sign of Aries that says, look, if we got to start this fire, we got to spark the match. We can't just sit here. I mean, it is snowing crazy. I just got back yesterday from Costa Rica for a week, right? I look a little more tan the past two videos. But, it is gorgeous. It is so hot down there. It is so hot, and just plush greens and freaking monkeys and trees and iguanas falling down, and it's crazy. So now I've got snow falling from the sky here in Detroit. It is cold, right? So I can't sit here and be cold looking at this bundle of sticks, this wooden logs, and say, man, I wish it were warmer. It's not about wishing, it's about saying, okay, well, turn the heat up, set these logs on top of one another, spark the match, and start this fire, right? So where yesterday we had this like hurry wait kind of energy between Mars squaring the moon. Okay, there was like a need, I want something, but it's just like patience, practice, and due diligence. Where now the energy is just like, okay, it's action. I've got to pull the trigger on what? That's up to you. That's whatever's going on in your planets, But these planets, now today's planets are saying, take action, take flight, make things happen. Someone's not going to come along and do something for you and say, hey, like, I wish you did this, or you should do this. It's like, this is an internal dialogue with self saying, take action. So here is the sun at 8 degrees. There's so much going on here. I know it's kind of buried, but that little line right there, this purple line, creating the septile over there to Jupiter. Okay, so again, that's fate. There's something going on. This is an expansive fate and destined energy, that whatever is sparking your love, your emotional wants, your emotional needs, with this energy is saying, like, look, this is completely possible, completely doable, and by you taking the initiative, by you acting upon these urges, is very rewarding. Okay, so now we also have the moon as it moves hour by hour, Horoscope, hour marker, right? That's what that means. Anyway, so as the moon's going to move, this is what, noon, right? At almost perfect conjunction happening right around noon, and we're going to be feeling it for a couple of hours there, midday, this surge of energy, right? And now, there we go. By 3 p.m., we have the moon square to Pluto. Okay, about transformation. Okay, so this is a need, an emotional need to transform, to transcend beyond what was, moving toward what is. And it takes us sparking that match to be able to enjoy the warmth of the fire. Okay, and then the hours move ahead. Hey, there we go. Now by 10 p.m., again, Eastern Standard Time, where I'm broadcasting from, the moon is going to start to square Saturn, okay? And this does reflect a little bit of that energy from yesterday, because Saturn is the, checking your hall pass kind of energy. Saturn is the one saying, wait a second here. and there's an overseeing power, okay? But this is, again, our own balance. We have to discern, what feels right. What's, if we're sitting on something for so long, if you look at a good deal, you're like, oh, I really want to get this thing. This has happened to me many times, where I'm like, oh, I'm looking for something. Sometimes I buy used gear for my, musical equipment or microphones or whatever. Sometimes I buy the used stuff because it's just like, wow, this does the same job. And if I can get it, 30% cheaper than the retail value price. So I'll look for some things, and then I'll be like, okay, well, I'll hem and haw over it for a minute. I'll sleep on it. And then I'll come back the next day and it's gone. What? Man, I wish I would have followed that instinct, that intuition to make that purchase, to make that buy. So now this is a double-edged sword, because we do have a Mercury retrograde going on, okay? Where there's an impulse that says to fill a gap, fill a hole that I'm missing. There's something there that I need outside of oneself that is going to complete or going to make me happy, So we have to like internally figure out what the difference is between that. Is this something we could foresee ourselves using longevity? Is this something that's going to be filling a small gap for a small hole for a small amount of time? Or is what we're taking action upon going to help us with the longevity of life or whatever? Is this purchase going to help us with moving forward in our career? Is this writing this thing down? There's songs that come through, or ideas or concepts that come through to me, and it happens when I'm like in bed late at night, and I have learned this lesson, and this is part of this too. I've learned this lesson. I'll say, I'll write it out in the morning. Do you think I remember it in the morning? Not as clearly as I did in that like just about sleep. And these words will hit my brain, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'll share that, And it's just like, then the next day comes, and it's just like I go to write it out, and it's just like, it's not quite the same as it was in that moment. So it's like, taking that, intuition and not being misled, or not misled, but like, I'm comfortable there in that nearly sleep state. Do I want to get up and grab my phone to jot down a note? Do I want to get up, turn a light on, and jot something down on a piece of paper? Part of me is no, where there's a greater part of me that says yes. Like, you'll get sleep, kid. Who cares? Like, just do it. Just jot it down. Just strike while the iron is hot. So this is a day where if the iron is hot, we have to follow those urges. We have to follow those instincts. And again, we have to ask ourselves, is this something that is temporarily going to fix a solution? Or is this, are we putting Band-Aid on a broken bone? Or are we seeking out, something that's going to, are we getting this bone reset to affect us long term? Right? Because that is the goal. All right, that is our Thursday, man. That is our Thursday. Happy Thursday. Thursdays are Jupiter days, and Jupiter septile the sun. That's cool. That's a really, really cool connection. And Jupiter coming back here, it just day by day getting closer to Pluto. Okay, this is really fun and exciting energy. As well, we still have Mars sextile the sun. Okay, so there's still a need of action, moving forward. Being consistent in whatever is going on, starting this race, shining our light. Like, we've been let's come back here. We've been practicing this. We've been rehearsing this. Whatever this race is that we're about to start, whatever urges or temptations are coming up, this is not something that just came out of the whim. This is just like, okay, this marathon that we're getting into right now, we've been rehearsing for quite some time. And it's just like, because we have had the discipline to exercise, because we've had the discipline to practice our craft, when this energy hits, it's saying yes, go and succeed, gain, right? Move your body, move these abilities, and put this into motion. This isn't something that's just sprung up, you know. Like I was talking a moment ago, just an idea coming into head and writing that down. That's a right now kind of a thing. But this energy also is just like, this is something that you've been thinking about, talking about, practicing, cultivating for quite some time, and it's just like, okay, blossom. Okay, bamboo, time to shoot up above the, the surface here, and it's time to grow that 90 feet in a year, right? So congratulations, whatever you're starting, whatever you're getting into. This is really, really exciting energy. We're moving forward. It's all good. Everything is good in the world. So happy Thursday, my friends. I love you. I wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow.